who knows everything up there? You can articulate each one of those boxes. You feel confident with it. Return on investment, competitive analysis, company performance, we'll run down. Folks who can't read it. Shareholder value, asset level, strengths, impediments, earnings per share, accounts receivable activity, margin protection, predictable expenses, cash flow position, growth markets. Who feels comfortable that you can walk into a CFO's office and have that conversation?
That sales expense ratio.
That would be our sourcing forecast. Okay. Well, we need to sell our boardroom financial class. Stand by the door and sell it. But no, this is key terms, vernacular that you should be familiar with. If you haven't had an asset level conversation with your leadership and you're in purchasing, then maybe it's a challenge. Maybe next week, 2 weeks from now, think about, I'm managing 10,000 SKUs. What does my asset levels matter to my organization? Sometimes we think about downstream is the only thing that matters. We talk about WIP. We talk about what's in our distribution centers. We talk about what we're producing. We think about how much inventory do I have that I'm trying to get to customers. That's important for us to know. But it's just as important for us to know how much inventory do I have that I'm actually bringing into our organization. We sometimes take it for granted. Cash flow position, extremely important. We'll talk about Quentin Roach, I think a couple slides. But one of the things that he was able to do for Bristol Myers Squibb, and I had the opportunity to take part in that in 2008, 2009, 2010, was to drive the cash position for Bristol Myers Squibb. $8 billion of cash on hand for a $21 billion organization. And we did it through weighted average payment terms, we did inventory reduction. Most of it was driven from the sourcing group. So we drove the bonus for Bristol Myers Squibb in 2009. So obviously, he was having these conversations with Charlie Bancroft, who's the CFO. It was great to be a part of that, because you learn that vernacular. You know how to talk to Charlie in the elevator, and those rare moments when you get a chance to talk to him. And it just makes you a different sourcing person. Okay, so here's some tips. Please write it down. If you don't care, that's fine too. It's okay. But just some quick tips, ways to look at it. Cost savings to your finance team is no longer cost savings. Sure, use the buzzword because that's what everyone knows. But as much as you can, try to translate that over. Try to make it about margin protection and EBIT growth. We'll talk about EBIT in a second. Supplier management is no longer supplier management. Oh, God. That sourcing person is in my office talking about this SRM thing again. I need money for this system. Okay, that's cool. You can talk about SRM, supplier management, but maybe risk mitigation is a good word for our executives. Payment terms. When people talk about payment terms every day? Every other day? Every week? Okay, it's a good conversation. But maybe working capital strength is a good way to phrase it. What do you guys think?
I'd add cash flow to that one.
Cash flow, yeah. There's another, what class is it? I think it's our business acumen class, where we actually go through the progression. So the next one from working capital is cash flow. So now that I've given myself strength, I have cash, I can flow somewhere to do something with it. Absolutely. And that leads to our market position. All right, this is good? Okay. I'm going to do it so far. On a scale of 1 to 10. Yeah. I'm okay, you can tell me sure. Okay, what's your name? Debbie. Nice to meet you, Debbie. Debbie, can you point out one person in which you want to share with me how I'm doing? Someone at the front of the room, okay. Debbie said it. And tell me to come up here and ask you how I was doing.
I think it's 10.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
What do you say?
It sounds good at 10.
No, he's too easy. He's looking for some chicken
I would have
sandwiches.
shaken your hand. I appreciate that, thank you.
Give him two chicken fillets.
Cool, we're trying to make it lively, trying to make it fun. Sometimes we joke a lot, we pull it back, it's boring. Every 7 minutes,